The Aramaic and Palestinian Targum. We're reading Genesis chapter 2. And the creatures of the heavens and earth, and all the hosts of them, were completed. And the Lord had finished by the seventh day the work which he had wrought, and the 10 formations which he had created between the suns, and he rested the seventh day from all his works which he had performed. And the Lord blessed the seventh day more than all the days of the week, and sanctified it, because in it he rested from all his works which the Lord had created and had willed to make. These are the genesis of the heavens and earth, when they were created in the day that the Lord God made the earth and the heavens. And all the trees of the field were not yet in the earth, and all the herbs of the field had not yet germinated, because the Lord God had not made it to rain upon the earth, and man was not to cultivate the ground. But a cloud of glory descended from the throne of glory, and was filled with waters from the ocean, and afterward went up from the earth, and gave rain to come down, and water all the face of the ground. And the Lord God created man in 2 formations. He took dust from the place of the house of the sanctuary, and from the 4 winds of the world, and mixed from all the waters of the world, and created him red, black, and white, and breathed into his nostrils the inspiration of life, and there was in the body of Adam the inspiration of a speaking spirit, unto the illumination of the eyes and the hearing of the ears. Jerusalem text says, and Adam became a soul of life. And a garden from the Eden of the just was planted by the word of the Lord God before the creation of the world. And he made there to dwell the man when he had created him. And the Lord God made to grow from the ground every tree that was desirable to behold and good to eat, and the tree of life in the midst of the garden, whose height was a journey of 500 years, and the fruit of whose fruit they who ate would distinguish between good and evil. The Jerusalem text says, and the tree of knowledge, of which anyone who ate would distinguish between good and evil. And a river went forth from Eden to water the garden, and from thence was separated, and became 4 heads of rivers, or 4 chief rivers. The name of the first is Pishon. That is it which compasseth all the land of Hindiki, where there is gold, and the gold of that land is choice. There is the Beryl and the precious stones of beryls, and the name of the second river is Gishon. That is it which compasseth the land of Cush. And the name of the third river is Diglath. That is it which goeth to the east of Athor. And the fourth river is Phaerath. And the Lord God made the man from the mountain of worship, where he had been created, and made him dwell in the garden of Eden, to do service in the law, and to keep its commandments. Jerusalem text says, and the Lord God took the man and made him dwell in the garden of Eden, and set him to do service in the law and to keep it. And the Lord God commanded Adam, saying, of every tree of the garden eating thou mayest eat, but of the tree of whose fruit they who eat become wise to know between good and evil, thou shalt not eat. For in the day that thou eatest, thou wilt be guilty of death. And the Lord God said, "It is not right that Adam should be sleeping alone. I will make unto him a wife, who may be a helper before him." Jerusalem says, "I will make for him a yoke fellow going forth with him." And the Lord God created from the earth every beast of the field and every fowl of the heavens, and brought them to Adam, to see by what name he would call it. And whatever Adam called the living animal, that was its name. And Adam called the names of all cattle, and all the fowls of the heavens, and all the beasts of the field. But for Adam was not found as yet a helper before him. Jerusalem text says, "And for Adam was not found a yoke fellow going forth with him." And the Lord God threw a deep slumber upon Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs, it was the 13th rib on the right side, and closed it up with flesh. And the Lord God builded the rib, which he had taken from Adam, into a woman. And he brought her to Adam. And Adam said, "This time, and not again, is woman created from man. Thus, because she is created from me, she is bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. This it is fit to call woman, because from man she was taken. Therefore a man shall leave and be separate from the house of the bed of his father and his mother, and shall consecrate with his wife, and both of them shall be one flesh. And both of them were wise, Adam and his wife, but they were not faithful or truthful in their glory." Jerusalem text says, "Therefore a man shall leave the house of the bed of his father and his mother, and they knew not what is shame." That's the end of chapter 2. Holy be his name.